So now you're wondering, how big of a cluster should I have? How many brokers should I have? We talked about Zookeeper, how many Zookeeper, and the answer was 3 or 5. For Kafka, let's talk about size. Let's talk about what's going on, okay? So one broker, that's what it looks like. We have a Zookeeper quorum and we have one Kafka broker. So in case you have one broker, if it's restarted, the Kafka cluster is down while the broker is restarted. So not good, right? The maximum replication factor for a topic also is 1 because you only have one broker. So really good for development, but that's it. All the producer and consumer requests, they go to that one Kafka broker. So it's a single point of failure, and you can only scale vertically. So that means you can increase the instance size and restart, but that's not good. You don't want that. Kafka is a distributed system, and one broker is great for development. It's not good for production. Okay, so very high risk, only good for development. That's what you used in my two other courses on Kafka Basics and Kafka Connect. It was one Kafka broker. Okay, now we're going to set a cluster, so more than one. 3 brokers. That's our setup right here. That's what it looks like. We have 3 zookeepers and 3 brokers, and they're connected with one another. So in case of 3 brokers, you can have n-1 broker can be down, where n is the replication factor, not the number of brokers. Okay, it's the replication factor. So if you put n equals 3 as the default replication factor, then 2 brokers can be down. And producer and consumer requests, they're going to be spread out between the different machines, which is awesome. And data is also going to be spread out between the different brokers. That means that less disk space is going to be used per broker. So you can really scale horizontally in this way. You can have a cluster with this, and that's our target for this course. That's how we will set up our cluster, if you remember. Let's talk about the extreme. Let's talk about 100 brokers. What's going on LinkedIn and what's going on Netflix or Uber. So this is what it looks like. We have 3 zookeepers, probably 5, but let's do 3 for the sake of the arguments. And they have 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100 brokers. Lots of them. So what's happening? Well, we have a fully distributed cluster that can handle tremendous volume, even using very basic hardware. Zookeeper may be under pressure because of too many open connections. So probably there needs to be a lot of good Zookeeper tuning performances, making sure the latency is still low, as it should be. Maybe have 5 Zookeepers instead of 3. Cluster management becomes a full-time job, okay? Companies such as LinkedIn or Netflix or Uber, they have an entire team of multiple people dedicated to Kafka Cluster, okay? And they manage more than one Kafka Cluster as well. I think it's already a full-time job when you have one Kafka cluster of 3 brokers, but think about 100 brokers of all the things that can go wrong. You need a full-time team to basically handle that. So make sure that if you're on your own at your company and you want to set up Kafka, don't propose 100 brokers unless you want to have work for the rest of your life and without sleeping. So you're going to ask me, can I put the replication factor of more than 3, say 4? And I would not do it. I think 3 is a good number, okay? 2 is, in my opinion, a little bit too low. 3 is perfect, in my opinion, okay? Most distributed systems have a replication factor of 3, HDFS or Kafka. 4, you're not going to get much out of it, and this would incur a lot of network communications within the broker as an added performance tool, so don't do it, I would recommend. And obviously now you can scale horizontally when a bottleneck is reached. So if you have network being full or disk being peaking or CPU or RAM, and we'll have much more discussions, deeper discussions about those in the next lectures, but one of those is peaking, you can just scale horizontally, and that's pretty awesome. You get a fully distributed, fully resilient system with all the requests going to every broker, and that's super awesome. All right, so hope you get an idea about how cluster sizing works. And remember, for this course, we're only going to set up 3 brokers, which is more than enough to get started.